Live on DAZN Worldwide, April 26th, Eubank Jr. versus Benn. 30 years of rivalry and hatred.
I do hate him.
All comes down to this. The next generation, a new destroyer. For family, history, legacy. Eubank Jr. versus Benn, April 26th. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
Oscar Bevis for the Stomping Ground, powered by Wow Hydrate and available on DAZN. Harlem, you must be proud as punch to be a Eubank tonight.
It's Eubank supremacy, but the kid put up a pretty good fight, didn't he? You know, he was tough. He was a tough man in there, and he showed a lot of resolve. At 36 years old for Junior to dig deep in the well and pull out that type of performance, especially late on, was something that I'm very proud of.
Yeah, was you surprised at the chin, the grit, the determination that Conor showed, considering he has never been in a fight where he's had to show anything even remotely close to that before?
I think this type of fight sometimes is beyond physical, so the will and the spirit and the will to win makes you able to go through the fire like that. But you've got to give it to him. He came through a lot in there tonight, and he continued fighting. He didn't have no give in him, and at 36 years of age for Junior to pull that out late on and still pile on the pressure in the late rounds is incredible.
What's it like for you watching that? Because we're loving it. We're getting an absolute barnstormer, but you've got skin in the fight. So watching that fight when it's back and forth, shots are being landed, they're putting everything on the line. How are you sitting down? Or are you sitting down? How are you watching that fight?
I lost my voice, I can barely speak now.
Is the missus pleased about that?
Just trying to drill into Junior, to keep it long, to keep snapping his head back with a jab, and to keep using his range and using his attributes in the fight. When it's up close and they're both swinging, anything can happen at any time, and that's always has you on the edge of your seat. So as someone watching, I guess that's pure entertainment. But for me, I want to see it cleaner, and I want to see him use his attributes.
Tell you what I want to see. I want to see it again.
Yeah.
116, 112 across all three cards. Does that sit okay with you?
I think it seems about right. Yeah. I think Conor maybe took a couple early rounds, and Chris
started fast.
Chris widened the gap later on, and I think that's how a lot of people saw it. If it was late on, Chris was gonna start to drown him, and he started to pick up the points late and rev up the engine. But at 36 years old, to be able to do that, you gotta give it to him.
Yeah. I've got to say, just finally, I had shivers down the back of my spine when appearing out of that lift wasn't just Junior, it was Senior. And I've been told you didn't know.
No idea.
Really?
When Senior makes an entrance...
Do you know when this was even decided?
When Senior makes an entrance, he makes an entrance, and he doesn't let anyone know what's coming. That is the showman he is, and tonight he was a big part of the show.
Yeah. Just what does this mean to you, finally, this whole night, the fact that we saw Senior walk with Junior after what has probably been a pretty horrible time to have to listen to everyone put their 2 pence in about the relationship, to watch Junior put in a performance when many doubted he would have anything close to that. What does this mean to you right now?
It's a proud moment for me, a proud moment for the family, and that's how you go in there and silence the doubters. That's how you at his age now, to be able to pull out that type of performance, you can't give him nothing but praise.
Live on DAZN Worldwide, April 26th, Eubank Jr. versus Benn. 30 years of rivalry and hatred.
I do hate him.
All comes down to this. The next generation, a new destroyer. For family, history, legacy. Eubank Jr. versus Benn, April 26th. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.